everyone, welcome to just a small demo instructional video just to show you how I do corner to corner squares, just in case you want to learn a new technique or you've never done corner to corner before. So all you're going to need, excuse the rocking, I think my table's shaking a bit, you're going to need a hook, a stitch marker and your yarn. So to begin with, I'm going to slip knot onto my hook. I won't go into the details of how to do each stitch. I'm going to assume that you know how to do that. If you want a totally beginner friendly stitch instruction, I would suggest searching on YouTube for those specific videos. So I've just slip knotted onto my hook and I'm going to chain 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm then going to half double crochet into the third chain from the hook. So not this one, not this one, this one here. So just in case you don't know, I'll run through it quickly. You yarn over into your chain, pull your yarn through, yarn over, pull through all loops on the hook, and then we're going to do that just 2 more times to complete the set. If you can hear any weird scrabbling noises in the background, it's our cat Daisy, who's just decided to have zoomies while I'm making this video. Her sister then also gave me a lovely scratch the other day, so my hand is looking a bit damaged to say the least. So we've got our 3 half double crochet set, and all I'm going to do now is fold it over like a book. So that was right to left, flip it over, and we're going to chain 5 again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and we're just going to repeat what we did before. So half double into the third chain from the hook and a half double in the final 2 chains. At this stage you're going to have 2 little pieces that don't kind of look right, they don't look like they're going in the same direction, so we need to join these to make our corner to corner stitch. So I'm just going to put them together almost like they're kissing, and then we're going to use this chain that we started with and put our hook into that. We're then going to slip stitch to secure that. So now you can see it's a stitch that's held together. Daisy! And then going to chain up 2, and then we're going to do 3 half double crochets into here. There we go. So now we have what looks like a corner. You may say a sock, as it's woolen, a little boot perhaps, but where this tail end is, this is where my stitch marker comes in. So I always put that in at this stage, so after I've done 2 rows. Rather than going straight through the work, I actually like to line mine on the surface. So doing it that way, you're not only marking the bottom left corner, which we want to say, well, this is always going to be the bottom left corner now, so we know even if you don't have a picture on it that's obvious, you can tell which way up your square needs to go. And also keeping it on the top surface differentiates from what is now going to be our right side to what is our wrong side, as you can't see a stitch marker on this side. So basically any loose ends where you're changing colours, you want to keep them all on the wrong side. So we're going to carry on now and just do a few more sets to get it up to our halfway mark. So get it the right way around. There we go. So we're going to flip it now and do our set of 3. We can't, corner to corner, you are increasing a square every row until you get to your halfway mark. So again, same as before, chain 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. then half double into your third chain, that's 1, and then 2 more, 2, and then 3, back down to where we started. We're going to join those together with a slip stitch in here. I'm going to chain 2, and we're going to half double 3, 1, 2, 3, and again join these two with your slip stitch here, chain 2, half double 3. Oh, missed that one then. So as you can see, our stitches are growing. So rather than working across this way, we're working diagonally. So you've got like what is classed as row 1, row 2, row 3. If you're working off a chart, it's a lot easier than written instructions, I find. Hence why I won't be including written instructions in my blog posts. The charts will be there. It's literally, you know, just do your square, do a row, cross it all off, you know where you are. So we're going to do one more set and then I'll show you how to decrease. Daisy, this is not the best time to be on my table. You can't see it, but I now have a cat, which is why the desk's shaking. Sorry about that. Right, let's get on. We're going to do our last increase row. So again, chain 5. You know how to do this now. Whoops, just don't slip out like I did. It's easy to recover though. We're going to flip, half double into the furthest 3 chains from the hook, and then kiss those pieces together, slip stitch to join, get some more yarn because it's all getting a bit tight again. There we go. I'm going to chain 2, half double crochet 3 times. I can't tell if she's jumped up on this table because she's wondering who I'm talking to, or if she's after my wool, which I've got a sneaking suspicion it's probably the second one, to be honest. Join those 2 stitches with a slip stitch, chain 2, and 3 half doubles. Whoops. Sometimes you will slip out of your yarn, which is even more likely when you've just used hand cream and now everything is very slippy. And let's go for this final square where we're going to join at the top with the slip stitch, chain 2, and 3 half double crochets. Sorry if I'm pulling away from the camera a lot, it's because my yarn's getting quite tight, so I have to keep unraveling it. Right, so as we can see now, an easy way to count what row you're on as well is, rather than trying to count the individual squares, use this step up here. So we can see 1, 2, 3, 4. We've done 4 rows, and I'm going to start decreasing now. So when you get to your top of your square, you're obviously not going to want to add another square up here. You're going to want to start closing off this shape. So it's slightly different, but it's not difficult. You basically just have to do the same stitches, but you do something different when you get to the ends. So we're going to flip, and instead of chaining 5 now, we're going to slip stitch into these stitches here. So we're going to slip stitch 1, slip stitch 2, and 3. There we go. and that's brought us up to where we want to start. You can hold it that way, you can flip it that way, it doesn't really matter, whichever way is easier for you to hold it. At this point now we can then do our 2 chain and our 3 single, we haven't used single, half double crochets into this square. Okay, so those 2 together like we've done before with a slip stitch, and repeat again, chain 2 and 3 into there. Feel free to watch this as many times as you need to. Feel free to slow me down on YouTube settings if it makes it easier. We're going to join this next one with a slip stitch, and again my yarn is getting stuck. You would have thought I'd have unravelled enough for any before we started. See, she's quite a good cat, she hasn't gone for this yarn yet, whereas if my kitten was in here she'd be all over it by now. I'd probably have been pulled off the table. So as we're now closing, we don't want, say, more than 4 on each. So we've already got 4 squares, so this is our top one. We then don't want to increase on that, so all we're going to do is just a slip stitch this time into that top corner. We're then going to flip, and we're just going to do the same as what we did in the last one. We're going to slip stitch down these 3 stitches that we've just made back to this corner. So as you can see, we're slowly decreasing now. We're going to yarn, chain 2, get my words right, yarn 2, chain 2. We are going to do 3 half double crochets, join it with a slip stitch, chain 2 and 3 half double crochets. Thank you so much if you've got this far. I appreciate that I am not on top of my YouTube game and my filming game. I don't do this very often, as you can tell. Hopefully you can see what we're doing. I'm going to try and lighten the footage before I upload it, and we're going to then slip stitch into that top square, but again we're not then going to increase. We're going to flip and slip stitch back down those 3 that we've just done, and then as you can see we've literally got 1 square left to do. Chain 2, 3 half doubles. Oh come on, let me have enough yarn just to finish this. It's all, I've just grabbed this yarn out of my stash and it's quite tangled up actually. It's probably not a good choice. There we go, and just slip stitch to finish. So as you can see, we've now got a 4x4 square. Obviously this is the wrong side and we know that because our slip stitch isn't showing. And get it the right way around because that should be in the bottom left corner. So to finish off, all you'd literally do is chain through, snip it, pull that through to finish. But I'm not going to do that right now. I'm going to unravel this and meet you back in a minute to show you a colour change if you need to know that. But this is how we do. So our corner to corner is increased up to the corner, and then we've shown you how to decrease as well. Hope that was instructional for you. If you've never done corner to corner before and you're attempting one of my blankets for the first time as a first time corner to corner crocheter, that's quite a mouthful. Thanks for watching, and please share your blankets on Instagram. Tag me at maid_lovingly. I would love to see them when they're done. It's my favourite part actually, seeing people's finished projects. Thanks for watching. Bye.